Hispanic people.
They
You know,
are.
you know what I mean.
Everyone's
You know, that's what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is like, if like for instance, like I feel like we don't focus enough on like on our own race either. Like we focus the other way. You know, for instance, like that soldier. Did you hear that went missing in Texas? Hispanic. Nobody's out there saying it's not made the new headlines. Like you know, like and not to take away from George Floyd, but obviously because that's I'm all for it. You know. So we don't. I don't like whenever we talk about this. That we don't want. I don't want to.
Yeah, see that's
I don't want.
problem.
Yeah, exactly. People already jump in that perspective that we don't care about Black Lives Matter and about all this. No. We're just giving our opinion, just to kind of like side note, I guess. The way we're talking, I guess we just got into this subject, which we don't really want to talk about it, but obviously it's in the news. We're going to talk about it. But what I'm trying to say is, when we express our ideas, I don't want people to think like we're against Black Lives Matters, against.
We're really not against anyone.
We're nowhere. We're neutral. The things we see is our point of view, whether we're right or wrong. That's for you guys to decide. If you guys have to decide, ultimately, every opinion is different. We've gone like we talked about this in the show. That's the problem with this world. We can't have a different opinion from somebody, even though we may have the same ideal of what we want in the future. But because you say it differently and I say it differently. We're like either you're racist or I'm racist.
Yeah.
So I say that, go back to the point where I was trying to make. The soldier, supposedly she was telling her mom that she was getting harassed by one of the generals, or not generals, sergeants in their platoon or whatever the case was. But this had been a common thing in this base where these women have been either missing. As a matter of fact, I think another one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was another one appeared dead. So this girl, this soldier, I can't think the name right. I'd save my life, which should have been a little more prepared. But point is, nobody's giving it the light that we should, and I feel like us as Hispanic, or in general, not just Hispanic people, but just like we go and concentrate on Black Lives Matter or whatever the case that you fight for, we need to.
What is it, Vanessa Guillen?
Yeah, Vanessa Guillen. Her, you know what I mean? I just feel like we need to be equally. We need to focus on that too. We want also, just like Hispanic people jump into all Black Lives Matter movement. I feel like Black people, white people, Chinese people, we all need to be jumping on this. Ms. Guillen's disappearance.
And that's the thing too. I feel like if you're not for a movement, automatically people assume, oh, then you're against us. I'm like, no, dude. Like, you also forget, I have my own life too.
Well, aside from that, not every reaction. No, it isn't. Not every action needs a reaction. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because a lot of things, like for instance, like again, not to talk about famous people, but like LeBron, everyone was at the beginning like, hey, he's not saying anything. We don't need to have, even though he might be love or whatever. I don't need to have an opinion from LeBron James. That doesn't stop the world. We need, if anything, an opinion from the president, from our governors, our mayors.
Or how about we just focus on even like. Just street level, the people. You know how many videos there are? Like there's Mexican on Mexican killing. There's black on black killing. Like, how about we focus on that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, there's like, I don't know, man. It's just frustrating and it's ugly because like, at least all the interactions I've had with different people, right? I've gone for walks. Right now with this whole economy shut down, I've gone for walks. I've gone for bike rides.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see colors. You know what I mean? I don't care if you're old, young, white, black, like. If you're cool, I'm cool, and that's what it is. People are too focused on race. So, to me, I think we should just talk about, like, what you can do to be better.
I agree. I think it's just, it's all about, like, for instance, this is how I've managed my life. I feel like I need to think positive thoughts, give good energy, respect people, like I've been taught, our parents, I think race as well, where we need to show respect towards others. And, because what you get is what you're going to receive, essentially. Whatever, if you believe in the golden rule, whatever it is that you believe in. I'm not religious or anything like that. But I do believe in trying to treat everybody the same. And if you, obviously, if I can receive respect, I'm going to get respect. Because, I try to respect everybody. But obviously, sometimes when you're faced with something otherwise, of course you're going to react,
It's like I hate that right now another narrative that is... Besides the point, it's not even the point, is that everyone's against cops right now. It's like, no. Like, it's those cops that are killing, like, those, you know what I mean? And
the bad ones.
There are some bad cops, but there's also good cops. You know what I mean? And it's like, what should we focus on instead of, demonizing, like, all these cops? How about we focus on you, Like, everyone's saying, for example, defund the police.
which I think they're going to. I think I seen Eric
Which-
Garcetti 150 million.
But if you
whatever.
really think about it, what's that going to bring beside like? How
Gives
about we?
an
How about
upper
we?
hand on the criminals too. Like if you think about it.
And how about we focus more on, you know what? How about we train them better?
Yes, thank you. I was just gonna go into that. Yeah, because go for it.
I don't know. So, no. It's just like, for example, the military. Like, how is it? And I've seen so many videos of these, you know, military guys like just in combat, right? And they're so like focused on their task, even under all that duress. And it's like some cops just can't handle that, right? So why don't we focus on training them better and like presenting them with, you know, constant training? Because if you think about it, you do what, 3 months in the academy,
Yeah.
and after that your training center. Like, how many fat cops do we see out there?
Yeah,
right?
You're
It's
not
like
staying in shape.
yeah, like you're not staying. Like, there's no
Physically.
constant training.
And then imagine the mental.
Yeah, dude. Jocko Willink was saying that when he would go out on deployment, every 6 months they would do like periodic checks on people.
Okay.
And some soldiers would be like, no, I'm good, you know, send me on another mission.
Mm-hmm.
And there's other ones who are just there for a month, like, hey, dude, I want to go home. Like, we're not focused on that. Like, do you know how tough it is to be a cop? I don't think people realize that. The minute you step out in that uniform,
You have a target. Yeah, you have a target,
it's like,
whether you like it or not.
but see, everyone doesn't see that. And it makes me laugh, like, oh, fuck the cops. Everyone's like, fuck the cops, fuck the cops. I'm like, but who do you call when you need help? You know what I mean? And it's like, and on top of that, it's like they're doing shit that you couldn't even do. It's like it's not all cops, man. Just like how it's not all like white people. Just like it's just not all everything.
Yeah, because just like we're judging the cops, you know, we can say the cops may judge us. Because like for instance, I've gotten, I mean, I've not really gotten any, you know, police brutality. I mean, yeah, what I received like arrogance from like Hispanic cops, but that's just, you know, I don't know, but that's just based on that, my narrative should be, oh well, F the cops, F the Hispanic cops. You know, even I want to say it half the time, but that's not true because I don't know. You got to judge. I can't judge every Hispanic because I had one encounter with one person. You know,
and this is what's stupid too. Like everyone, you do realize that profiling is a thing, right?
Right.
So how about you just don't fit the profile? Like for example, if you want to dress like no one's judging you. If you want to dress with baggy clothes, be a zero head, you know what I mean, and just go around in an old Honda or whatever, that's you. But just realize that you are kind of fitting the
profile of someone.
And see, that's the problem too. It's like we're not teaching citizens what to do if you're arrested, right? Like imagine like, hey, you know what? We're gonna put you in jail because you fit this profile. We're gonna clear you up. Like, don't overreact, because dude,
it's in that. Well, it's again, I think it's based on. Someone said it. What's that actor that plays on Marvel? Well, anyways, he said, you know what? He says I got pulled over. I could have had
Anthony Mackie.
Yes, Anthony Mackie. Yes, thank you, Anthony Mackie. See, click on this. Damn, we're on sync, bro. But anywho, he says he got pulled over, and he either had two options: either he reacts and gives them attitude, and it becomes a brawl. He ends up probably getting shot, or he just, yes, sir. You know what? I'm sorry. Maybe I didn't see the miles I was going. You know, however fast I was going. You know, and he can go ahead and go right about his day.
It's like for example, people like tattoos aren't bad, but if you have tattoos, just know that some places won't want you. Is that discriminatory? Is that like whatever? No, because the job you're applying at has a certain image that they want. You know what I mean? A professional image.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Professional doesn't always like.
And it's changed because I guess from the perspective on tattoos, I think they've changed since before back in the day it was thieves only, whatever. It was only bad people who had tattoos. That's what the origin origin.
No, the original.
Bro, I mean, go for it.
Was back like cultures would have markings on their body to share stories and all that stuff.
Their tribes and stuff. I think, but then again, see, just like everything, it's all perspective. It's changed as the some people
Hispanics, because of the countries that we're from, because there's so much crime out there, all the criminals.
That's all the criminals are.
And like
and you have that. Yeah, it's just against perspective.
There's a lack of understanding of someone who's opposite of you.
Exactly. I think the moment people step away from like, oh, just because you're different thinking, different opinion, different the way you look, the way you dress. Once you're respecting that and just going and judging just by the actions of the person, because like for instance, there's many the evilest gangsters that you can imagine. They don't have tattoos. You know what I mean? White collar crimes.
The biggest criminals in the world looks like, dude.
Blend in.
Have you seen?
What is?
Did you ever watch?
What does Lil Wayne say? Real G's move like no. Real G's move in silence like lasagna.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
God damn, you're smart. But no, I mean, like...
That's what Lil Wayne says, not me.
You know about... Have you seen that special on Netflix about Jeffrey Epstein?
I started watching, which I think we should finish it. Yeah, I think we're on first 2 episodes.
You look at him, this dude looks like, dude, he's got money. Like, he looks like suave, or like, this guy look...
No, like he wouldn't harm somebody, right?
Or he just looked badass.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, classy money. But what was he? He was a fucking pedo, dude. This motherfucker, like...
Mm-hmm.
And see, that's another issue, too. I think what's really stupid is that the more money you have, the less, the better lawyers you can get, and your sentence will go down. It's like, that's not fair.
Mm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you did the crime, whether you're rich or not, you should,
I think they should have, a benchmark. Kind of like when you go to a restaurant, you have a menu. Okay, well, this item costs $195, this $295, $395. In jail, I mean, I guess it's based on every situation.
Yeah, like you ordered the pedophilia. Oh, that's gonna get you about 30 years,
50 years in jail. Actually, that should be life and death. I mean, but see, it's kind of difficult to even because there's so many things where people have not committed a crime ended up in jail 30, 40 years, and like, you know what? Oh shit! By the way, you're not at fault. It was somebody else. Yeah. That's why I think when it comes to that, but obviously, if you're caught red-handed and you for a fact that person should be locked up, should be used. I feel like the real criminals should be used for community. Like they should be cleaning the streets. They should be picking up the trash. Like, imagine about 100 inmates cleaning after the Rose Bowl parade instead of helping them out. I bet you anything, people are gonna start seeing that. Oh, there's some orange people there. They're dressed, dressed up or whatever, doing bad stuff. They did bad stuff. Now they got to do all this without pay, and they're locked up for life.
You know what's crazy is that every side, whether quote unquote good or bad, they each still have their bad side.
But see, not everybody's good. Not everybody's completely bad. So that's everybody. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's racist.
There's a lack of research. Like in history, we like to say, the Union were the good guys because they ended slavery, right? And the Confederates were the bad because they supported. But you know what's so crazy that people don't know really is that the Union, what they would do, is with this free slaves, because they were ignorant of what was going on with the laws or whatever. They would tell them, hey, vote for me and I'll give you like this house and this land, and it's like. Dude, like, that's equally bad because you're taking advantage of their ignorance.
Exactly, yeah.
It's so crazy.
Well, that's what I think my mom says this. I think maybe some people, but not everybody does something good just because. There's always a reason why. There's always
Not everyone.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying, not everybody, but some people, I'm talking about some people, will do something to get politics, will do something to you, will give you something in order to achieve a certain thing. I think it happens even like, for instance, in third world countries. They, like, for instance, in Guatemala, I know when I was little, when I used to live there, the presidents or whatever, they would send their whoever's in their party or whatever to go give out goods, go give out rice, beans, like things that people would eat, and as long as they would vote for you. I always think about, you're hungry, like you said, they're taking advantage of those people that may be ignorant. Like, they don't care who's president. No matter who the president is, a lot of times either you're making money or you're not making money. So it doesn't matter at the end of the day who's president. It's just like, but these people are getting it. They're getting their votes. I mean, these people are winning votes based on how much they're giving out to the poor people. Takes back to what you were saying.
I think that the main focus, to sum all this up and what's going on, is to just focus on being good to everyone, regardless of whether they're white or black, if they're a cop or a civilian.
Just base everything on their actions.
Stop with the separation and stop with this hate. Like, so now, like, for example, like with L'Oreal, what I was telling you, L'Oreal's gonna remove words like whitening and like lightning on their products. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? Lightning is a verb that means to lighten up. Like, stop. You're making everything such a race war now. You know what I mean? Like, it's like it. And when the whole focus was police brutality versus, black people.